Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast where we speak about the inner peace. And the inner peace is so much connected with what we hold in our own mind, what we think about, and what we feel inside of ourselves. And sometimes the feeling is what holds us back from having what we want. So many times in our podcasts here, we were speaking about how to think differently. So how to speak differently to your own body, how to speak differently to your own mind, family, career, whatever it is that you want to manifest in your own life. Yet whatever you say, and you can say everything, but if you don't back it up with your emotions, it will hardly happen. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you want something to buy. You want to own something. And perhaps you don't even need to buy it. It's just something that you imagine, let's say, a pair of shoes. You want them. You want a blue pair of shoes. And you don't have to immediately run to a supermarket to buy them. Just imagine what you want. And then see your emotions. So if you believe in that you can have a new pair of shoes which are blue and are perfect for you, you back your idea with your emotions. And so those two are in line. So having your thoughts and emotions in line, this is the key to manifest whatever you want. And then you can see that perhaps your friend or relative or a colleague brings a pair of new blue shoes and offers you to take it because let's say they bought it and it doesn't fit their size or whatever, but somehow the universe brings you your shoes. And because shoes are easy, you can try it with something different, something perhaps more difficult in your point of view. Because not everything is easy for us to believe that is easy to happen. You can easily believe that owning a new pair of shoes is easy, but you can perhaps don't believe that, let's say, having a perfect health is easy because you experience some kind of disturbances in your body and you're focused on what aches you or what hurts you. And of course, you can't believe that this just magically goes out just because you say it to go out. So you can then say whatever you want, but if you don't believe it, if your emotions say no and your mind says yes, then unfortunately your emotion will win it over. So if you pass in the street and say, "Oh, this is a beautiful house. I would love to have something like that as well. I would love to live in such a beautiful house." But your emotions say, "No, you're not worth it." Or, "No, I don't believe it. Your income is not enough," and so on and so on. Then what only remains is the idea that, yes, this is great. But deeply inside you know that this just doesn't happen to you. It's not your case. And so this beautiful picture is out and will hardly ever manifest itself. So you have to turn this, and you have to focus more on your emotions to help you to grow instead of to stop you from having what you want. This is so much important. You've got to train your own emotions. So many times we spoke about training your mind, and now you can see that it's not just about your mind. You've got to have both perfect ideas, which are yours, which are full of love and joy and fulfilling of your goals and dreams. And then to make it reality, you need emotions that will say, yes, this is for you. Yes, you deserve it. Yes, you are the best. Yes, we want it too. It's perfect. I back it. And so on. So as everything else that we've discussed here, it always can be trained. And as I mentioned, it is the best to start to train it with small stuff, with small things. I mentioned that pair of shoes because it just happened to me some months ago. I was thinking a few days in a row that I would need a new pair of shoes, or just a pair of shoes, which will be perfect for walking outside in a forest with my dog. But I knew I needed that kind of shoes which will resist the dry weather, and perhaps sometimes it can rain and I can be outside. So I need my feet really to stay dry. And I was thinking to go online and search for some kind of shoes, but I don't really enjoy shopping, So I was delaying this. But then, for my surprise, my colleague came to my office and gave me exactly that kind of pair of shoes which I wanted to own. And he just said, take it because we bought it for our players some years ago and they are too small. No one wants them because they just don't fit to anyone. It's too small. And as you see, I wanted something, my emotions were in line, and I didn't even do anything physically to obtain it, to reach it. I didn't have to. It just came to me. And this is just one example, but I can give you hundreds and thousands of examples. I can also mention this house. I always imagine myself living in a house with my boyfriend or a husband, it doesn't matter. I always wanted to be in just some peaceful place, but I am really not the kind of person who really is technically I don't have any views, So for me to build a house is something like, I don't think so. But in a remarkable kind of events, I found a boyfriend, or I would say he found me, and in the end of the day, I didn't even know, but he had a house, and I didn't even have to build the house. So again, I didn't have to do the stuff. I was just thinking about it. But my emotions were in line. My emotions were, yes, that's a great picture. Why not to live in this way? Yes, you deserve it. It's fine. It's beautiful. Why not? But many people have so much disturbing emotions. Or perhaps when it comes to money. People say, yes, I want more money. Who doesn't want to? Of course. But this is the first idea. I want more money. Great. Can you say I have more money? Nope. Because your emotion will immediately react and your emotions will say, no, you don't. You feel that you don't have enough money. You feel like you don't deserve it. You don't do enough. you are not educated enough, you are not paid well, you don't have that position, or that company is not, earning enough, and so on. So say whatever you want, but all we know here, all your emotions know that more money for you just doesn't happen. And then overcome this barrier is difficult. And that's why I say don't start with something you hardly would ever believe in. Start with something where it will be easy for you to believe in the accomplishment, to believe in achieving what you want. And then slowly add more and more and more. I would call it test the universe. Don't be afraid. The universe has all. There is no lack of anything. So you can really ask whatever you want without harming anyone, without taking too much, and so on. So the universe has everything. And what it doesn't have, it will create, because you command. So you have to command in what is the best for you, what's your best interest. And test the universe. Test that if there is the universe and if I am here to command whatever I want, so I want this and I want it to happen just to make me sure that the things really work as I am just learning now, that this mechanism is true. I want this to be proof that what I do is right. Don't be afraid to ask for a proof. I come from a very religious family, and even though they tried to push me to go to the church and so on, so for many, many years, I always somehow wanted proof. I wanted that if you are God and if you really love me so much, prove it. I want the proof. So I want this to happen, so then I can believe that you are God and that this is fine, what I do here. But if this doesn't happen, then I don't really believe you so much. Why should I if you don't prove it, right? I really have nothing against it, because it's like with a parent. And slowly you will see that the proofs come to be true. And after some time, you will no more need something to be proved, because you will know that what you do is right, and how the universe works will be clear for you. And that the God exists, you then will no more need any proof, because you will know how the things work. God will be clear for you. But it's a very interesting journey, and it's fun, it's enjoyable, and enjoy it. And if you don't do it now, one day, sooner or later, you will probably try it, because it's the best for you, it's the best you can learn. And without really harmonizing your emotions to be in line with your thoughts, you can hardly move forward. So why don't you create and make this process a fun? As I said, try to prove the universe. Put it under the test. Whatever. Test it. It's your right. Test it. Ask God to prove it. Test Him. Why not? He loves to play with you. So why not? And then it will just make you more firm about all the truths that you will understand and discover throughout the journey. So it will no more be my words and my experience that I am trying to give you and give you an example of how the stuff works. You will no more need me, because you will have your own experience and you will understand perfectly how the world functions and how the universe is, because you will learn it your own way. And I think this is the only thing that is really worth it. It's not important to listen to a podcast. Important is to go out there and try it, learn it, test it, and then use it whenever you wish it, because it's just for you. It's here for you to create the best kind of world for your own self and to enjoy it as much as it is possible for you. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast as well, and I'm looking forward to meet you here next time again. Have a great day.